Hello, 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 and thank you for joining us on this edition of A Cup of Joe with the Adonis Agency. I wanted to continue our conversation we had last week on credit. Last week we talked about factors that impacted your credit score. This week I want to talk about factors that really do not impact your credit score. The first thing I want to let you guys know that it's okay to check your own credit score. Checking your own report will not affect your credit score at all. Now with apps like Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, Credit Wise, they make it easy for you to get an understanding of where you're at with your credit score without it ever affecting it. Even before those apps, you could have always logged on to annualcreditreport.com and got a copy of your credit score from all three credit bureaus, and that never hurts your credit score. The second misconception I think a lot of people have about credit is being denied a credit card or being denied credit. Being denied credit does not affect your credit score. Being turned down credit does not affect the credit score because all that pops up on the credit report is that there was an inquiry. Aside from a slight temporary ding for having a hard inquiry on your report, there's no substantial damage being done by being actually declined. So yes, it's a hard hit for being declined, but being declined itself is not what's affecting it. It's the hard hit, whether you got approved or declined, it's still the same hard hit, right? Another thing, misconception I think a lot of people have is adding someone to their credit card as an authorized user helps or hurts them. That's not true. So here's how it could hurt you. So you add somebody as an authorized user to your card, and that person goes and buys a Lamborghini and never pays it. You're on the hook for that. You're on the hook for that because it's your information, it's your credit that's being affected. That other person's credit is not being affected in either way. So I could add anybody on my credit card that I want. But just know that you take the responsibility if they misuse that credit. You're on the hook to pay it. It's your credit that's be affected. But just by adding them doesn't hurt or help. And them taking advantage of that can hurt and it can do significant damage to you. So I wouldn't recommend it. Same way I would never recommend co-signing for anyone. That's just my personal thought. Another thing that I wanted to go over, utilities generally do not hurt your credit score. What I mean by that, if you have PSE&G and you stop paying PSE&G, PSE&G in and of itself is not going to report negatively on your credit score. Here's what could happen. Now, and it's not just PSE&G, it's any utility company, LIPA, PSE&G, Keyspan, Con Ed. What they could do, they could sell that debt to a credit agency, to a collection agency. And once that debt is on the collection agency and they verify it and they try to receive payment, and let's just say you started a payment plan with them and then canceled, that could be reported to the credit bureau. So it would never be from the utility company in and of itself, but if the utility company sold that debt to a collection bureau and that collection bureau started collecting and then you default on that, that will affect you negatively on your credit score, right? Another thing I'll tell you that it doesn't affect your credit score, but we use it. In my world, insurance. Insurance does not affect your credit score because theoretically, insurance is a unilateral contract. But what that means is as long as you pay the premiums, you have the coverage. Once you stop paying the premiums, you no longer have the coverage. So by defaulting on your insurance, it will affect your ability to get additional insurance, but it won't affect your credit score. The reason why it affects your ability to get additional insurance because insurance companies, we do a credit check before we issue an insurance policy. Yes, credit doesn't have anything to do with your driving record, but what I like to explain to my clients is if you're driving on the road and let's just say your car needs brakes. By having poor credit, it just might mean that you're not going to take care of fixing that car in a timely fashion. And we all know the longer you drive around with poor brakes, the more risk you're putting yourself and everyone out on that road. So that's what I'll say about credit as far as insurance and everything else. Please, if you have any questions, like, share, comment. Let me know what's on your mind. And when in doubt, give my agency a call, 631-390-8568. We're here to help. Have a great day, guys. Bye.